everyone, my name is Jessica Chan here with Pathway Christian Prep, here to bring parents useful content. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos to guide parents through with their kids through all of their school years. Today our topic is going to be about safeguarding your child's mental health. Now if you haven't already, head to our blog for a full read on this post. www.pathwaychristian.org/blog. We'll also link it in the description box below. Or you can stay tuned for this video. We're going to talk about 4 approaches that parents can take to safeguard their child's mental health. Now, as we know, especially this year, mental health cases have actually risen a lot, not just for adults, but for children as well. In fact, research is saying that 11 to 17-year-olds actually have increased rates of anxiety and depression more than the year before, but not everyone is getting help for these things. And so we want to talk about this today and tell you what you can do as a parent to look out for some signs and also what you can do to get some help for your kids. So let's dive straight in. Now, the first approach that we have for parents to take in safeguarding their child's mental health is to recognize the signs of stress. Now, signs of stress are going to look different for every single child, but generally speaking, for younger children, signs of stress are going to be sleeping habits changing, either sleeping too much or too little, or being overly tired, academics, not doing too well in school, losing an interest with their friends, or having problems with their friends and peers at school, or having behavioral issues at school, or at home if they're at home, having frequent tantrums or being just intensely irritable is something that you might see. Kids talking about their fears and worries a lot more, or kids having stomach aches or headaches that just seem a little bit unexplainable. Those are things to look out for younger children. Now, for older children and adolescents, things to look out for, again, is the sleep habits. Change of sleep habits, being super sleepy, not sleeping enough, or being overly tired during the day. Having low interest in things that they're usually really interested in. Not wanting to engage in social activities like they usually do. Self-harm, or even getting into drugs or alcohol, engaging in risky or destructive behavior for adolescents, fear of gaining weight, or wanting to diet or exercise excessively all of a sudden, okay? Now, a lot of times these things will happen in kids or adolescents just sort of naturally, but one way to tell whether or not this is a red flag is if it persists for more than several weeks. Then professionals are saying, okay, it's time to take a deeper look into what is going on with your child and maybe start asking them questions and see how they're doing. Okay, if you want an online screening tool that goes beyond just you looking at your child's behavior, we actually have it's kind of like a little quiz that you can answer for parents. And if you go to our blog post, there's a link for that in the description below. Okay, and the second approach that we have for parents to take to safeguard their child's mental health is to teach stress management. Now, we like to embrace stress as a normal everyday thing, and could be good for you. However, we want to be able to teach our kids how to manage it positively and in a healthy manner. And so one way to start is to teach your kids how to relieve stress from their day. And this will depend on your kid and you, because every kid is different. They have different interests, different needs, different ways of relaxing and relieving that stress. So do what works best for your child. Some ideas are, if they're really artsy or creative, having them journal out things just to get it off their chest, having them draw or paint something in art. Having them play a musical instrument if they're musically talented, just to express themselves every day. Or if they want to go more for the physical aspect, giving them a physical activity to just exert some of their feelings, or doing stretching or deep breathing exercises. Some other things are just teaching them how to relax, just to lay down, listen to some quiet music, or maybe do a silent activity like a puzzle with a parent. Something like that is really helpful for little kids as well. Another way that you could do to teach stress management for your children is to teach them how to rewire their negative thoughts. Now, a lot of times these things happen internally and we don't know that our children are having these negative thoughts because they don't voice it outwardly, but we see it come out in their actions and behaviors. So for example, you could see a high school student could have a negative thought that they're going to fail their US history unit this semester. And so that negative thought dictates them to feel very worried, very stressed, very burdened. And then it dictates an action of not studying for their test because they already have it in their head that they're going to be failing anyway. So there's no point in studying. And so what we want to do is, as parents and caregivers, give our kids the tools to rewire those negative thoughts into positive ones and give them an encouragement, an opportunity to change that into a positive action where they do start studying and they do start feeling hopeful that they're not necessarily just doomed to fail, but they could get some, like a better grade than what they're expecting to get. And then teaching them how to just think more positively. So we actually have a worksheet that you could fill out and you can print out. It's on our blog. So if you go to the description box linked below, you can go to our blog post and find that over there. Now, the third approach, that we want to give parents to safeguard their child's mental health is for parents and caregivers to take care of their mental health. Now, you might remember that airlines, they always give you a safety guideline that when the oxygen masks come down, we want parents and caregivers to be the first to put that over their face before helping another individual or a younger child. And why is that? It's because we can't really effectively help somebody if we ourselves are struggling or we can't breathe or we can't walk forward. So we want to make sure that as parents and caregivers, we're fully equipped in order to help our children going through whatever it is that they're going through. So if you're having stress from work or mental health concerns of your own, we advise take care of that first. Take care of yourself, because as you take care of yourself, you are taking care of your family in turn. Because we all know that children are like sponges. They absorb everything inside of the home. And so when they see how you carry yourself and how you handle a certain situation, they're absorbing that and learning that from you as you model it for them. So what we want to do is model good behaviors, healthy actions of us knowing how to take care of ourselves, how to recognize our own issues, and then being healthy individuals as well. So moms and dads, take care of yourselves. There's no guilt, there's no shame for some self-care. Now, our fourth approach for parents to help with their child's mental health is to seek outside help. Now, with the rising cases of anxiety and depression and other mental health concerns this past year, it's really important to not feel ashamed to ask for help. Because a lot of people are going through the same things that you might be going through at home. And so one of the best places that you could start with, again, are schools. A lot of schools have in-house or in-district behavioral therapists or counseling services that you could start with, or even talking to the teacher about how your child's doing in the classroom. Local churches are also a great option for you to get help, for parents to get help. A lot of local churches provide free counseling services, peer-to-peer counseling, or youth programs, mentorship programs, or they have resources to connect you to getting outside help. And of course, mental health providers are also a great resource for families to get. You can get full family counseling or counseling just for your kids, for therapists that are trained just for your child's age and your child's behavioral or mental health concern that you may have. And then also, of course, for parents as well, because we know that it's been a stressful year. While we know that there's no singular solution that fits every single need, we hope that some of our approaches are helpful to you and your family. Thanks for tuning in, and if you want to read more about this topic, you could head to our blog post, which is linked in the description box below. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.